Do you find that much has changed in the operations with water bombers since you started?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah. When I started, they said there's a fire out there and away you go.
yeah.
That was before we had GPS
Ah, okay.
navigation. So they give us a bearing to fly off the VOR out here, navigation equipment, for so many miles, and we go out there. Well, you'll eventually see the smoke and go and bomb on it. Yeah, the guys I was flying with are fairly cheap, I guess is a better word. And they stay out there till we just about run out of gas, and then we come home. I see water flowing out of the fire, and then we come home and put on a big tank of gas, and then they came out. They came along with the bird dog system, where they got where they got a fire officer in the bird dog, and you go out and you work on the fire until you're not needed anymore. Then you're sent home.
Okay.
Well, sometimes that meant you just put 2 drops on it, and away you went back home.
Yeah.
Whereas before we'd stay out there all day.
Yeah.
And in that respect, there was, I would say a big improvement.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
a lot less wear and tear in the airplanes.
yeah.
You know.
And with the GPS now, is more of that planning being done in advance?
Yeah, yeah. Other airplanes flying, they'd see the fire, and they'd go over the fire, and they give you the exact coordinates for it.
Are they able to do calculations now to figure out where to drop, or is it still a lot
no,
of
still
judgment?
eyeball. Still eyeball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually now, since I quit, they've put in these FLIR thingies where you can see the flame on the ground, whereas before you saw smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You see, unless you're bombing at night, which we never did much. And yeah, you can see the flames now, so you could probably judge better, where it's at. I never got to use that system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned bombing at night. Under what circumstance would you be doing that?
Oh, never.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just that if you got caught out. It started getting dark, when I got deep dusk, you might say. That, nobody's stupid. They know when sunset is, and they know when official dark is.
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes after sunset. It's official dark, so we had to be on our way home, or we get our fingers wrapped.
So,
Chief,
yeah,
the boss would be on. What's going on out there? It's only a friggin' fire.
you mentioned a little bit about the danger and the challenges involved with this type of operation. How did you cope with that when you started flying the water bombers?
It's as dangerous as you want to make it. It may sound dangerous, to be down low like that. I've been down low where I've experienced engine troubles with one engine. We just got rid of our load, and the airplane climbs out, and away you go get help.
Yeah.
It's only once where I actually had to shut an engine down, but it wasn't before I got to a safe altitude. There's a few times where I've had an exhaust pipe break off, and the exhaust ends up blowing on the front cylinders. And that just knocks depending on which cylinder it hits. If it hits the ones with the thermocouple on it, then you'll get a reading inside there where you put your cylinder head temperature up onto the red line artificially. But it does do damage to the cylinder it's blowing on, because it's pretty hot. It's white hot gas coming out of it. And there's one time I opted to shut the engine down just to reduce the damage to it. And another time we blew a cylinder. Cylinders will crack, and therefore your compression gases escape out of it. And those engines, they have a lot of oil all around the place, all around the bloody engine, and they start to smoke a bit. And it's upsetting, to say the least. And there again, I climbed altitude and brought it home on one engine, all the way from Milford back to Thompson, which was about 135 miles. and that's when you learn to fly. Because every movement in the airplane had an effect on your airspeed. They say you lose half of your power. I say you lose 3/4 of your power. Yeah. It slows right down at 95 knots, whereas you normally go at 140. Yeah.
But still, even in a situation like that,
Yeah.
you can judge you make your own judgments
Oh, yeah,
about
absolutely.
the safety.
Yeah. And you discuss it between the two of you. You go
Yeah.
through your checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah.